Hey guys, it's Chris from Highline Guitars, and here's this week's quick tip for luthiers. When it comes to achieving maximum sustain on a guitar, fret installation has to rank up there as one of the most critical steps. Luthiers will take great care when it comes to slotting a fretboard prior to installing the frets, because what they're trying to achieve is maximum contact between the fret tang and the slot that the fret's being pressed into. If there are any gaps present, that can lead to what's known as dead fret. And dead fret is essentially a fret which lacks sustain, clarity, and articulation of a played note. Unfortunately, one of the problems with this is it can be really difficult to tell if you've achieved the best possible installation of the frets. You simply can't see inside that slot once the fret's been pressed into it. So we don't know if there are any gaps present, and we won't know that until after the guitar is finished, it's been strung up, and each string is played at each fret. If there are gaps present, one, two, or maybe even all of your frets are going to sound dead. A simple trick that I use to eliminate gaps is to install the frets using a thick viscosity CA glue. Thick CA glue will fill the gaps that can form between the fret tang and the slot that the fret's been pressed into. Since thick CA glue won't shrink as it dries, it'll fill those gaps and remain even after it's fully cured. And since CA glue cures rock hard, it's ideal for filling those sustain-killing gaps. The technique is simple. The first step is to apply some paste furniture wax over the surface of the fretboard in order to protect it from glue squeeze out that may occur as I press the frets in. Now, you want to be careful not to fill the slots with the paste wax because that can inhibit the performance of the CA glue. So if by chance I get any wax into the slots, I'll just use a fret saw and clean out those slots prior to moving on to the next step. Next, I'll apply a thin bead of the thick CA glue right over the slot, making sure that I completely fill the slot. Next, I'll install the fret, and that can be done either by pressing it in as I'm doing, or you can hammer it in as well. Once all the frets have been installed and the glue has been given a chance to thoroughly cure for a few hours, I'll wipe down the fretboard with a clean cloth that's been dampened with naphtha in order to break down and remove the paste furniture wax. If any of the CA glue remains on the wood or on the frets themselves, it's easy to remove with another cloth that's been dampened with some acetone. And so that's really all there is to it. Now, if you're concerned that gluing in your frets with CA glue is going to make it difficult to refret the instrument down the road in the future, don't be. All it takes is to heat up the fret with a soldering iron, and that will break the bond of the CA glue and make it easy to pull the frets out. So remember, gaps between the fret's tang and the slot that the fret is pressed into are your enemy, and they will kill sustain. Thick viscosity CA glue, however, is your friend. So the next time you have some frets to install, I highly encourage you to give this tip a try. So until the next episode, take care. And if you enjoyed and learned something from this episode, make sure that you click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of any future videos that I'll be posting, of which of course I will be, click the bell and you'll be notified when those are posted up. So leave comments, give thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.